What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000, I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Kritika. This is nearly a 7-year-old action RPG brought to you by Gameville, so needless to say that this game is quite the oldie. Wait a minute FG, you didn't say oldie but goodie. It's quite the oldie, but hey, there has to be a reason why this 7-year-old title has stood the test of time. 7 years is quite a long time when it comes to mobile games. Think about what you were doing 7 years ago. You ain't still doing it. Kritika is. So let's go ahead and jump on in, as we always do, starting off with the characters that you can create. This is not going to be one of those games where you create your own custom character. You basically grab one of these characters and then you go. And there's quite the selection here, as you guys can see, built up over the years. Also, this is going to be one of those games where it's not just about you creating one main character and that's it. This game definitely encourages you to create alts through gameplay bonuses, as well as different types of gameplay modes as well, which we'll definitely talk about once we're in the game. So a nice host of characters, I gotta say. You know what? I normally don't give like action RPGs my stamp of approval when it comes to heroes that you can collect, but outside the graphics, I will say that these characters are varied enough to get the stamp of approval. You're welcome, Kritika. So let's go ahead and jump on in. We're going to be using this little hot idol chick right over here, Lina, in the guild Aroused, because of course I am. Go ahead and get rid of all these little pop-up windows, and then immediately let's go ahead and jump into a combat here. So right now, I think I'm on chapter 3. So let's do this. Jump on into combat, and I'll show you more about some of the quality of life features. Actually, let's go ahead and do it right now. This game has quality of life features that FG just adores, right? You have auto repeat, which will repeat the same stage over and over and over again. And then of course, my tried and true, this is like the beacon of everything that makes FG happy when it comes to games. And now let me set the tone really quick. You know how many times you play a game where you have so much more power than the stage requires, yet you still have to go stage by stage by stage, manually, one at a time, destroying the stage that you have no business doing. You're already way more powerful than that stage. Here with auto continue, the game automatically goes from stage to stage to stage, one by one, over and over and over again, until you reach the end of the chapter. And I love stuff like this. Go ahead and jump into combat. But I really do like auto continue. I want to see a lot more hero clutchers do auto continue. It's just a good feature. But here is where the game definitely shows its age. Now, graphically, it's very dated looking. Animation wise, it's quite dated. There's not really a lot of frames of animation here. The enemies leave a lot to be desired, and it seems so unfair for me to compare this to other action RPGs, but what am I gonna do? All right, just because the game is older, it's still on the market and it's still competing with games that are current day. So that's on them. If you compare this game to like a game like Darkness Rises, graphically, impact-wise, combat-wise, Kritika just does not hold up. It just really doesn't. When you look at Darkness Rises combat, you have a lot more animations when it comes to attacking creatures, death animations, fatalities. I mean, I'll show you the best move that I have once I get to the boss here, but this is the new character too. This is literally the newest character added to the game, and she's not really doing anything too special. She's just really swinging and spinning, spinning and swinging. Swinging the chain, swinging the chain. So let's hurry up and get over here to a boss encounter here, and I'll show you what is going on here. But yeah, combat, this is not really going to be the reason why you play Kritika. And I know the very next question after that has to be FG, so what is the reason why you would play Kritika? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to be as friendly as I can to this game considering the age, but there are just other action RPGs that I feel like do this better. I cannot imagine, unless you just have a lot of nostalgia with this title, maybe then, but is Kritika that type of IP where people have nostalgia? I don't know. Here's my EX ability. There you go. Compare that to like any ultimate in Darkness Rises, and you kind of see what I'm saying here. So for a brand new person looking for a brand new action RPG to play, I can't recommend it. I really can't. There's nothing here, in my opinion, that's really going to grab anyone's attention, unfortunately. Even the best quality of life features are not enough to play the game if you're not interested in the actual gameplay loops. And for me, there's really not much there. As you guys can see, just defeated this stage here. We're gonna have this. I hate this. I hate these, by the way. I hate when games show you what you missed out on, but they're like, hey, wait a minute. If you want these other things, you can use Cash App currency. Don't do this. I always thought this was just really scummy. But that's that. But hey, really cool artwork on the 2D art. That's something positive. There you go. Like I said, back over here to the auto repeat and the auto continue screen right over here, you can also select a striker. And as you guys can see, my other character I can use as one of my strikers. And you saw when I did that EX ability right there, I can actually call out one of my alt characters to do damage for me. And I actually like that a lot more than the system where you use your friends as support units. I kind of like using my own alts as a support unit. I know that is very antisocial, but I like it. So that is that. Let's jump back over here to the main screen. So that's going to be the main campaign story mode there. Over here, we have the survival, which is basically a bunch of different battle modes here. We have the Horde mode right over here. So basically, I'll kind of show you this really quick. We're not going to go through a full Horde mode rotation, but it's basically you versus waves of enemies. So just give that a second there. Here you go. And you can auto most of this here. I mean, I guess you could play this game on manual for some aspects. I am sure there are different aspects in this game that are going to require a little bit more precision in your combat. But for this Horde mode, you're probably just fine just doing this bad boy in auto. The game lets you know exactly how much power you should have before you jump into it. So you should be fine as long as you hit those power requirements. But that is that. One more time for the EX ability. Yeah. So that is the Horde mode right there. Let's go ahead and jump out of here and I'll show you what else is going on over here in the survival. Of course, I haven't been able to unlock the world boss. That's going to be way over there at level 40, along with this labyrinth mode. You have this endless tower mode, of course, that opens up at level 20. And then you also have the expedition mode. I don't have 4 characters just yet, but we can do this expedition mode, which is basically this kind of like simulated combat here. I kind of like when games do this, to believe it or not, because you don't always need to see the full animations played out in combat. And this is a really good way of kind of minimizing burnout and allowing players to kind of streamline their experience a little bit more. So once again, shout out to Kritika on that one. And it definitely makes sense in a game like this where you're going to have several alts to have things like this that streamline the experience. Because I know the question might be, wait a minute, FG, why would I play this game if all these things need to be streamlined? Well, it's more about balancing this many alts in a game that's 7 years old. Eventually, the players that are still playing this game want features like this. So it definitely makes sense in a game like this. In other games too, not just this one, but I digress. That is that. Just got to level up. Hey, wait a minute, we're level 20 now. Hold on, look at this. The game, or the video, is now more complete, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and jump into this tower really quick. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anything too different than you've seen before. Of course, tower, or floor 1, Tower of Tribulation. Here we go. Fighting some butchers here with some massive telegraphs on the screen. So just what I was talking about earlier, this is probably going to be a really good case to use manual gameplay here, because as you guys can see, I am getting torched by these massive telegraphs. So that's definitely going to be a reason to use auto or a manual play here. But we'll see if maybe I can kind of power through it. Yeah, I'm losing a ton of HP. And I don't have my heal potions or anything here, so absolutely want to play this on a manual. Got this big, massive pirate. Bloody Peg Jack. Sounds disgusting. Yeah, we're almost about to die. So, absolutely, this is something that you're going to have to play on manual, because I could have avoided a lot of that damage. Because these telegraphs are like, you can see them a mile away, and they're super slow. So, yeah, this is just something that I think they probably put in the game on purpose to give players something to actually kind of play through manually. Makes sense. And down we dip. And down we go. GG. Don't put that fail on my screen like that. I wasn't trying. But there you go. There goes your tower mode. The tried and true endless tower mode that ends on floor 65. There you go. And then if we jump over here to battle, as you might expect, this is going to be PvP. So you have arena here where you basically kind of select who you want to defeat here. We're going to go for someone who has the lowest combat power. We'll jump on in. Interesting thing about this is that it is not manual. We just got done talking about a lot of different reasons to use manual gameplay. Jump over here to PvP. It's this totally different viewpoint, this totally different perspective, completely automated. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I really like the viewpoint. I did get a good look. That was actually pretty good. I like it. There you go. So that's PvP in the game. Here's another reason right over here to use different alts in the game. So check this out. So here are my characters that I currently have. I can actually fight 3v3 with all of my alts here. So it almost kind of turns into like a hero collector here in a sense, where you kind of build your own team. But unfortunately, I don't have a third alt just yet. So this is going to be kind of like a long-term goal if you do decide to jump into Kritika here in 2020. It ain't 2020 FG. That's what I'm going to title it. Anyway, so that is a look at Kritika, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this game, 7 years old, probably even older if you count like the home regions. So yeah, this game is doing pretty well compared to most games, for sure. Some games have shut down within months of being released. This game right over here, 7 years, ladies and gentlemen. Chests aren't anything really special. These are just going to be things that you can use to upgrade your gear. Of course, gear doesn't show up on your character. Your character is pretty set, but you can get different costume pieces and things like that to put on top of your character. But this gear right here is all going to be stat sticks for the most part. But that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, my name is FG3000. This was a look at Kritika. If you do want to download the title, I will have some links in the description below. And I will see you guys in the new year. Later.